And hello to all my Taurus friends. I'd like to welcome you in. My name is Scott Sagent, and today I'll be doing your free psychic tarot reading for August 2022. Now today they've dialed up for you a four-corner spread. Really great spread for general readings, guys, because it looks at the four main areas that people usually ask about in tarot, which is your work corner, your financial corner, your health corner, and your love corner. Always a popular one there. So we're going to take a brush through all four of them for the sign for Taurus. They've also asked that I conclude your reading with the spread I call Telling Time. It's a very interesting spread that locates a window of time. Usually it's in the future, it's in the upcoming year. There's at least one window there that they want you to pay attention to and to not miss. So there's something important there as well. We're going to also do a runestone, guys. That'll cap off the entire reading. I also need to tell you about this structure I got right here and what this is all about. So we have a lot to talk about, guys. Let's get started right now. The cards are already shuffled. I do that ahead of time to save us a whole bunch of time. I'm going to bring you in right now so you can watch. Hit that like button if you're ready to have a great August. And we are live and recording. I like to share my table with you guys, show you the card process here. So what these are my ritual cuts. That's where we start. Cut each deck into thirds, and I put them back together in a separate order. That satisfies the ritual aspect of tarot and is the same procedure for personal private readings. So it's just like you're here with me now. So the four corners up here is going to start with work. This is your work side. Over here is love. Down here is finance. We got a big theme for you guys here. Big theme financially. And over here is health. Also a big theme for health. Checking my inverts. We don't have too many blocked. Pretty good distribution, so that's good to go. I just need some angel cards, guys, and we're ready. Angel card here. And angel card here. Now let's make sure you guys can see everything. I think we're good to go, guys. Let's get started. Let's go, Taurus. All right, Taurus, so where should I start today? I'm going to start with love. I usually save that for last and kind of like dangle the carrot, but we're just going to get love first. It's a small one. I try to stick with the big themes last so I can spend the most time on it. And love is a smaller theme for my Tauruses for the month of Taurus. First thing they bring in is a messenger, money messenger. So a lot of you are spending some money here. Likelihood here is early in August. That's when it comes in. There's money being moved around with the family, with the loved ones. Like, you know, your love corner is not just your relationship partner. What if you're single? You still have a love corner. So this is family, friends, and those that are close to you. There's money being moved around early in the month. I look at that as a good thing. They do show that there is new love coming in here. So it's a very good thing to see here for my Taurus singles. But the issue is that it's on a delay. This is coming in blocked, so it's not here yet. Maybe some of you Tauruses are still looking, still waiting to find somebody great for you. And they're saying here, not in the month of August. Now, it may start breaking early toward the late end of August into September, but it's really hard to say in a general reading because we got so many energies kind of tuning in here. If you are looking for personal private messages specific to you, I do offer those on my website, scottsagent.com. Now, for the rest of you, this is saying that, like, let me just show you an example here. If you're in a relationship, you're married, whatever, this new love coming in blocked is just new overflowing abundance of love, and whatever reason, it's just being blocked. There's something in the way of it. So what's getting in the way of this wonderful overflowing love with the family, with good things? Maybe it's a financial challenge because we did talk about moving money around, and that does come in very good to do that kind of stuff. Otherwise, they would have blocked it for me or showed me, you know, save money and not to spend. So money being moved around within the family, within close friends, and stuff like that presents itself very, very good in the month of August for my Tauruses. Interesting that they're putting the financial message there in with your love corner. So that usually indicates family and siblings and stuff like that, close friends. I'm going to read work and finance together, even though we got a big theme there. So I'm going to get down to your health right now. Health right here, they bring in the Tower card first. This is inverted Tower card, which is basically a big sudden change. But when it's inverted like this, the Tower card indicates that this is a sudden change that you can kind of see coming a little bit here. So you're not completely surprised by it. You're not like, oh, taken off guard or overwhelmed. This is likelihood initiated by you anyway, but you can kind of see it coming. So it makes me feel like, since we're in the health corner, I like to stick with diet and exercise. For my examples, of course, they can be talking about anything health related here, but starting there, for some of you, you may have just been ready to start a new diet at some point, or a new health program, exercise program, get up and start walking around, whatever it is for you. You may have just been waiting for a time to do this, and you just haven't done it yet. But you can kind of see that, at some point you're going to have to switch this up. You're going to have to cut this out of your life. Or you're going to have to add this to your life. We'll talk more about that with the moon cycles. But this is what it's coming in as. It's like you can kind of see it coming, and you just got to pull the trigger and go. So the main thing to decide here is if it's something you're getting rid of out of your life, like a bad habit, or like, changing your eating habits, like no more sugar, no more junk food, or if it's something you're adding to your life, like a new routine, a new exercise program. Maybe you're just going to go to sleep earlier at night, whatever it is for you, different things. So figuring out if you're adding or subtracting, very important for the moon cycles, which we'll do next. But I'm going to finish health here, guys. Then bring in the world card next. So this is very good for you. This is a very completion vibe once you guys do this. So they're really pushing for you to make this change in your health corner, and they're bringing it up that this is a big theme. So we want that completion. We like that. That's very good. Queen of Swords comes in next, blocked. This is saying here that we have really a nurturing of the mind is necessary here. And this is your hardest part, is committing up here. You guys have to really decide, really devote yourself mentally. Make the decision that, I'm going to do this and I'm going to stick with it. If it's the gym, I'm going to go to the gym 2 times a week. I'm not going to let myself go less. If I go less than that, I'm just going to make myself do it anyway. So use your willpower and, stuff like that. So they're saying nurture your mind. You have to really decide, because I feel like my Taurus is here. If you don't make this decision, if you're not good up here first, and, also don't make the decision too early. If you're not ready to pull the trigger yet, give it more time. You have the whole month of August to work with here to get this thing to kick. So they want you to nurture your mindset here. That's the mental suit of swords. That's really what they're talking about here. This can be illusionary stuff, but whether it's real or illusionary, at the end of the day, you still have to be good up here with it first. Okay, so that's what comes in as nurturing there. They do also bring in clairaudience here for your health corner, so that's an interesting thing. Noticing the loving guidance that you hear inside your mind and from other people. So this is very much about hearing things. You may hear things just randomly out of the blue. I listen to song lyrics that play at places and kind of look for messages in there. And this can also be somebody that actually tells you something. This can be very physical world stuff, where just you hear about a new gym opening. Oh, that sounds exciting. Or a new class becoming available, like a yoga class or a dance routine or, jazzercise, something like that. Okay, so you hear about something and you're like, oh, you know what? Maybe I should check that out. Maybe that's a good little thing for me. So that's how divination works. The spirit guides and angels are trying to get messages through in different ways, and if your ears, in this case, are open, you can hear what these messages are in regards to your health very prominently in August. So good stuff there. Now, I did promise you guys the moon cycles. I like to give you guys that forecast every single month so you know what's coming. We have first hitting is the full moon, so that is getting energy out of your life. That's getting rid of the stuff you don't want anymore. I call it the garbage truck energy of the universe. Like, set it to the street, let the garbage men take it away. That's what this is all about here. So this is something like breaking bad habits, getting anything out of your life. Maybe it's a toxic person. Some of you got to get rid of people. Some of you need to get rid of stuff, physical stuff. Clean out a garage, clean out a room, finish up a project. That's all purging type energy, guys. And any of this kind of stuff, doesn't matter where it applies. It can even be work related. Wherever it falls, if it's getting it out of your life, much better placed toward the early middle of the month. Does not have to be right on the 11th, just maybe the 7th through the 14th, somewhere in there, nice little bracket of time. And that is the best placement to get these things to stick. Now, adversely, we have the new moon coming in very late in the month. That is hitting on the 27th of August. Doesn't mean you have to do these things on the 27th, guys, but any time toward the end of the month is the prime time for you guys to bring anything brand new into your life. So something new with love. We talked about that love corner perhaps breaking open and overflowing late in the month. Well, that lines up with this new moon cycles here. So the new moon is bringing new things in. Doesn't matter if it's new money, new job, new career, new work-related stuff, entrepreneurship, or even if it's this new health kick, if it's something new with health, that is much better placed toward the end of August. If any of this confuses you or you'd like a little graphic aid, I put together a moon cycle cheat sheet. It is on my website. It is free. It is on my videos page. All you have to do is go to scottsagent.com, the videos tab. At the bottom of that, that's where I have it parked because I didn't know where to put it really. So that's the moon cycles cheat sheet for you guys for the month of August. And you can see how these energies flow in and out and how you can align certain things in your life to them just to make changes stick a little bit easier. So there's your moon cycles, guys, and that lines up directly to your health corner. That's why I wanted to hit it now. While you're at the website, make sure you're signed up for the newsletter. I give my newsletter people free readings a couple times every year just for being signed up to the newsletter. I take really good care of them. Also, make sure you follow the Facebook page, do some giveaways on there as well. The newsletter also, I only send one newsletter email every month. It's just for promo codes, save you guys some money on readings, updates on what's going on. I only send one email newsletter every month, so it's a no-brainer. Sign up for that. Let's go up here to work. Work is a small theme, finance is bigger. Work, they talk about new action with love. So a lot of you are doing new things at work that you actually love and you care about, things that are close to your heart. This can also be with people, romantic aspirations here in your work corner as well. That can be coming up for some of you, but of course not all. This is a general reading after all. But it is a love action going on in your work corner. Okay, so contextually, put that how you view it. And it's for the month of August. I always got to remind you guys that, this might not make sense to you right away. This reading is for the entire month. Most people view my readings the August 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, very early. And, this could come August 26th. You know what I mean? Like, this could be coming later and you just don't really, you read it at the time you're hearing me talk and you're like, oh, that doesn't make sense for me. That's not about me. And it may not be, but at the same time, keep in consideration that this could be later, could make sense later. So we have love action coming in your work corner. We also have learning from lessons. Very important theme coming in again here. So this is repetition, old lessons that you have supposedly already learned that the universe is testing you with again here in your work corner, work, business, enterprise, area of study, collegiate courses, learning anything new. All these things fall into this work corner. Very big place, guys. So this could be something like, if a coworker ran you over before in the past, like really just kind of beat you up either mentally or maybe took a job away from you, a project away from you, really did you wrong, something like that, and you handled it very poorly. Maybe you were very childish, for example, something like that, where this repeating lesson could be like a similar situation happens again, and now the universe is giving you a chance to take a higher road approach, to learn from your mistakes. Of course, this is just one silly example I'm giving you, but at least you get the gist of where they're going with this for you, so you know how to attach it for your own life. Okay, so there's your work, guys. Coming down into your financial sector, we start with the Devil card, which is normally not a good thing, but it's binding. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's evil right off the bat. It does kind of have those connotations to it, but it's really a bit more about this. It's more about the handcuffing. It's more about the being bound to something. So a lot of you Tauruses have finances that are bound up, are being bound up, or are about to be bound up in the month of August. So that's good to know, because then you can plan accordingly. Maybe it's not the greatest month to be spending on loose things. We did talk about spending with the family, and that came in very good. But maybe the extra stuff, maybe it's time to just kind of clamp down a little bit. Okay, kind of do some of this, clamp down. They bring in nurturing of the work corner, so they want you to pay attention to your work corner and what's going on there. It is a pretty big focus. They remind me, you guys do a good job of this here. They're actually applauding you a little bit here. Queen of Wands, upright, so it's saying you do a good job nurturing your work job up here, what you're learning, collegiate courses, retirement, whatever your hobbies are. But at the same time, when we get good things, we want a continuance of good things. So they're saying here that you need to keep doing that. You need to keep putting energy into work, 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 work. It's very important here for August specifically, guys. Okay, so whatever is binding you financially, they want you to target work, hopefully, so that work ends up either paying you more, or you get out of this financial kind of whatever's got you kind of cuffed up. Maybe it's a loan. I'm hearing loan for some people, bad loan credit, bad credit card, something like that, that are, have a bind on you. You just got to pay them down. You got to do your thing, and it's got to run its course. They do show impatience. So they are letting me know that despite the fact that you do good in your work corner, you don't do so well in the patience category here with this. You really hate kind of this. You want it to be gone. Let's say I'll give you the credit card example. Like, I've been paying on this for 2 years. Like, when is it going to go away? When am I going to be done with this? I really hate paying this every month. It's really draining me financially, draining me energetically. I'm putting all this, I have to work extra hours for this stupid decision I made years ago, right? So that's the kind of vibe. It's impatience. And when that comes up, they are trying to get you to be a little patient here. There's lessons to be learned with patience, and that's why things can come up. It's going to come up, for everybody. There's never a time when we're just fully patient all the time. It's just not life. And it's certainly not Taurus life either. You guys are not known for your patience directly, but you guys have a lot of other good qualities that pick you up from that. We have a spiritual understanding coming in with my Oracle Angel card. So they're letting you know that you're going to understand the why this is happening the way it is, hopefully sooner than later. But this can also take a little bit of time. I don't think it's going to take like long term, like years for you to figure out. This is probably more like weeks or months. But this is going to start making sense very soon for a lot of you of why you've had to go through this. It's to better you. It's to teach you things, lessons, so you can improve your future, your financial future, more than anything else. So let's get into your runestone. I'm going to do your runestone before I do your telling time so I can talk about these themes. So pull these over here, guys. Give them a quick swirl around. I think I already shuffled them before, but I like to be thorough and do my last little mix. And here we go with Taurus Runestone for the month of August. Let me show you this guy right here. Interestingly enough, this is the runestone of the self. We have it right here. The self, the self. There's a couple other the selves in case they're blocked out of your view. So the self. They want you to make sure that you focus and don't neglect yourself as you take care of other people. You need the energy too. You need to make sure that you are straight so everybody else can be straight and you can take care of others. So it's not really a selfish thing at all. It's actually very beneficial in the long run for other people when you take care of yourself first. They don't want you to forget that. Now, we do have a very loving energy here in your love corner here, moving money around, helping other people out, your family and loved ones, friends. With the exception of that, they want you to really focus on you. And we have that financial deal being a big driver. We have kind of some work stuff going on that they want you to focus on. And definitely the health kick. That was a big one too. So work on yourself in the month of August. And that will be a very empowering thing for my Tauruses at a later time. Now let's get into your telling time. I did not use a whole lot of cards here, so I'm going to run it just the way it is. That'll save us from cutting out also. Now, this is done in different waves, kind of looking for certain cards for certain dates. Actually, I am going to reshuffle real quick because I just noticed that I did use an ace, and those are my targets for telling time. So if that's the time frame they want us to look at, I do have to reshuffle just to get it right for you guys, and I like to be thorough. So I'm going to cut away while I shuffle. I'll be right back. Okay, Taurus, back with your telling time. I'm going to do the ritual cuts like I always do. Cut it into thirds, and then we put it back together. Separate order. Get over there. And then we run it. So here's the first round of telling time. These are the dates that are going to be extremely important. It's a round of 12. We're looking for my aces. My aces are my target here. And sometimes they come up and sometimes they don't. If they don't, we go another round and it just kind of lightens the vibe a little bit. I actually do have an ace, so we do have our target already. And seeing if it's more dates, it's just one. They want you guys to focus on one important date. I'm going to tack on some time here. We go 1, 2, 3. I'm going to have to do some math in a minute, so I will cut away for that. Also, the theme of what this is going to be about right here, as well as here. Okay, guys, so I'm going to cut away to do this math real fast. I will be right back again. Okay, guys, I'm back. We have some very, very crisp and clear messages from the guides here. I do like that. We have one very specific date, so that allows me just to focus on it. Let's hit it. The date is December 21st, guys. That is the specific date, but I like to bracket about a week around there. So let's say from Christmas to about a few days before, the week before Christmas. Let's just call it the week before Christmas. Make it nice and easy. Easy to remember, guys. Now, what is this window of opportunity about for Taurus? For a lot of you, this is back to that financial message. They gave me Pentacles, so they're letting me know that this is big about money. For some of you, it could be health related, but usually this is a financial message because the card they gave me here is the Six of Pentacles. This is a card, it's inverted, so it's about bad credit. Now, we just talked about that in your financial corner, clearing out the crud, basically, in your financial corner. They're giving you the date December 21st. Why? Probably as like a track, like a deadline, like a goal. So by, hey, get to a certain point and even write these goals out for yourself or set them up here, whatever you prefer, that by Christmas time, that you have this either paid off, settled to a certain point. Make these goals right now, write them out, repeat them to the universe that, hey, I'm going to get this done. I'm going to pay on this. I'm going to do this. These financial goals that you have, whatever it is for you, finding the context of this is huge, of course, but setting a goal, putting it in writing, putting it in thought, putting it out there to the universe that you're going to get this done. They want you to nurture it. That's what the angel card is nurture. So it's basically saying treat this financial corner the same way that you would a family member, the same way that you would a child. So you got to love this corner. You got to put love to it. It's not going to necessarily be an easy shift for a lot of people, but whatever this is financially, this will be very freeing for you in 2023 if you get rid of it right now in 2022. So that is the goal. That is the time frame that they want you to look at. December 21st, that very week of Christmas there. So pay a lot of attention to what you can do right now to be at a very good point when that hits, and for 2023 to be very empowering. Also want to tell you guys about this. Let's get into that real quick and we're going to wrap up. Okay guys, it's time to talk about this wonderful display here. You can probably guess, but this is Scott Sagent Sage Soap. This is the very first product in my merchandise line, my first physical product, that is. Now, it's 1A here in spirituality, so it's fitting that this is the very first product I'm releasing because I believe in it. Let me tell you about it because, like I said, it's 1A in spirituality. The first thing that you need to do before you divine at all is be clean. Wash your hands. I wash my hands with sage soap every time before I even touch a single tarot card. So sage has spiritual benefits, which most people are very familiar with, which is like clearing and cleansing of energies. You're around a lot of people, a lot of energies all day. Your aura bumps into theirs, and there are energy vampires out there, and all this stuff attaches to you. So sage helps clear that, just like smudging sage does in the air and in your house and so forth. So this does the same thing, getting that attachment off of you here, at least in your hands. You can use this at any part of your body, really. There are a lot of physical benefits to sage that people aren't necessarily aware of. One of them is that it's really regenerative for your skin cells. Your skin cells actually can regenerate, become healthier, which basically makes you look younger. I mean, who wouldn't want that, right? So there's also emotional benefits. It's known to be very emotionally calming, very soothing, and it kind of just helps with the balancing of the emotional stressors of life. I have commissioned 2 different sage soap products here for my wonderful people. The first one here, this bottom one, is Sanctuary Sage. It actually looks very much the same color as your smudging sage. If you look at that, very similar. Now this Sanctuary Sage soap is a little more herbal. It is a more powerful blend than the other one that I'll discuss in a minute. This one is very strong, very potent aroma. You cannot miss it. Some people like that. Other people like more milder versions of that. And that's what this other one comes in here. This is my Cactus Sage. And this is kind of more of an aloe blend. That's why we go with the cactus with that. So it's smoother, it's more mild, it's not as potent. What I love the most about this soap is that, first of all, it's very lathery. I've had a lot of soaps that I've used that just barely get on your hands. It's just like, it's what's it even doing, right? Well, this makes a nice little lather so you're getting clean. And then when you go to rinse it off, it gets off. I've also used soap that is just so oily that you're just rubbing forever underwater. Like, will this ever come off me? What is this? What's going on here? Get off, Well, this doesn't do that at all. It gets right off. So it's nice, soapy, lathery, gets you clean, and then gets out of the way. And it leaves your skin feeling a little tacky. It's perfect for me because when I grab tarot cards, I don't want to be slipping around trying to grab different cards, and I want to be able to grab what I touch. So it kind of like, I don't know if the word exfoliates is the right word, but it really does something to the pads of your fingers, and you can really grip very well. It kind of accentuates that. Let's talk about what comes with it. First of all, you get what I do not have pictured here, I don't have it laying around, is the pad that it sits on. It's kind of like similar to Brillo pad material. It's just a simple little base for it to sit on, so you don't have to leave it on your counter, get it stuck to the bathroom ledge or anything like that. It just creates a little medium, a little buffer between where you have it sit where you have it sit, so it can also dry out, and that you can grab it without it sticking to your counter. Always annoying to have that kind of an issue. So it's going to come with that. It's also coming in this wonderful package with the merchandising. You got the Scott Sagent logo on there as well, and this is made out of 100% recyclable paper products, so it's good for the environment. This is going to ship to you for free in the month of August. I can't promise that always, but I can promise it this month at this introductory offer. So it will ship free to you. Also makes a wonderful gift. So sage soap, 2 different kinds. We have the cactus, we have the sanctuary. You know, you're going to enjoy either one. There is no wrong choice. So check that out on the website today. And that's going to wrap it up for me, guys. Thank you so much. I know it was a big reading. Have a great August.